Hello, IB learners. This is 𝐿𝐼𝐬𝐿. So here we have a speaking 8.5 achiever with listening 8.5, reading 8.5, writing 7.5, and an overall band score of 8.5. Who is here to take the mock test with us? So, Dami, can you introduce a bit about yourself?
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Thet Zaw, and I took the IELTS test on 13 January at the British Council computer-based exam.
Thank you. So, Thet Zaw, this is the speaking mock test conducted in IELTS IB. So, we'll continue with speaking part 1. This is about holidays. Do you prefer spending holidays with friends or with family?
Well, I think that I prefer to spend time with my family because holidays are the only time that where all the family members are free, and I really prefer to spend that time bonding with my family members since in our daily lives we are so busy we are so caught up in our daily lives so that we don't have time to catch up.
Okay. So what kind of holiday accommodation do you like to stay in?
Well, it depends on the number of people that I'm traveling with. If I'm traveling with a group of people, maybe like 6 to 7, I think that renting a loft or a house is better so that you can fit all the people in one place. But if you're traveling only with a fewer number, I think hotels or motels are more convenient.
Yeah. So what plans do you have for your next holiday?
Well, I haven't been to the beach in so long, so I would prefer if I can go to some type of coastal city. There's only about a 3-hour ride to the nearest beach from where I live. So I think that it will be a good opportunity for me to enjoy the nature and the sea and the waves.
Okay. So is your city or region a good place for other people to visit on holiday?
Well, I believe that it is because the city that I live in we can say that it is the capital city and it's the most populated city in all of our country, and it has a history of rich culture and a lot of tourist sites and ancient buildings that you can discover. So I think that it is really a popular holiday destination.
So this is also about traveling. Have you ever traveled to another country?
Well, yes, I have several times. The most recent trip that I took was last year. In April, I went to our neighboring country, Bangkok, to enjoy the water festival there.
So what is your favorite place that you have visited?
Well, as I enjoy the scenic landscapes and nature, my most memorable place would be Muay Sound Beach. I enjoy the sandy beach and the blue sky and the fresh breeze that comes with the sea. So, and I enjoy also eating seafood. So I think it's a win-win situation for me.
Okay. So do you prefer to travel alone or with others?
Well, I think that both of them has its perks. If you're taking time to take a break from everyone and everything from your stressful daily life, traveling alone can be healing. It can be therapeutic. But if you're looking for a good time, if you're traveling to have fun, I think that traveling with your friends and family can be more enjoying.
So where would you like to travel in the future?
Well, I would like to venture into places that I haven't been to before, and my dream destination right now would be Seoul, South Korea. I heard that there are a lot of delicious foods there and a lot of places that I can visit, and I am really into cosmetics, so I would like to take the time to learn more about the culture there.
Okay. So what do you like to do in your free time?
Well, in my free time, I really enjoy watching movies. Movies and series help me relax my mind, and the genre that I prefer would be comedy shows. So I really like watching them.
So do you prefer indoor or outdoor activities?
Well, it depends on my mood, really. If I'm really in an introvert mood, I prefer to spend my time alone in my room, rewatching my favorite series or just listening to instrumental music. But if I'm feeling a bit more extrovert, I try to hang out with my friends or go to the movies or enjoy sports activities together, like going to the pool together.
Okay. So how did you get interested in your hobby?
Well, the latest hobby that I've taken an interest in would be baking. I've In the past I've watched a lot of baking vlogs, but I haven't had the chance to try it for myself. But recently, YouTube has a lot more content creators that has easy to follow recipes. So I've taken an interest in baking recently.
Okay, so let's continue with our part 2. So here you have to describe a car journey you made that took longer than expected. You should say where you were going, who you were with, how you felt during the journey, and explain why this car journey took longer than expected. You have 1 minute to take notes, and after that you have to speak on this topic for 1 to 2 minutes. So this is the topic. You can make some notes if it helps.
Well, I would like to talk about a trip that I took with my close friends. I think it was about 2 years ago. I was really feeling burnout. I was really stressed from my daily life and I needed a quick getaway. So I gathered a bunch of my college friends and we decided to take a spontaneous trip to the beach, and we planned it in, I think, 2 days. So we left early morning. But as I mentioned before, it was a spontaneous trip, so we weren't really prepared. We just took our clothes and our luggage, the necessities, and left. So the one thing that we forgot to check the condition of the car that we were driving. So on the way there, we were enjoying our activities, like singing at the top of our lungs, enjoying talking over each other, and all of a sudden, the AC stopped working. The AC stopped working, and our country is a very humid country, so I think it was around 40 degrees at that time. So we couldn't continue the journey without an air conditioner. It was very difficult to do so, but we were on the highway and we couldn't find any station, so we had no choice but to continue on that journey without the air condition. So we rolled down the windows, we had to fan ourselves with whatever was available, but luckily we had magazine books in that car, so we fanned ourselves with it until we fortunately find a rest station, and there we found a workshop. And the rest of the journey afterwards was very splendid and wonderful. We continued our activities. We ate delicious food. We bought delicious food at the rest stop and continued, I think, an additional of 2 hours ride until we got to our destination safely. So yeah, I think it's one of the core memories that I made with my friends on that trip, and it has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, so that's a very surprising turn of moments.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's continue with part 3. So how interested are young people in your country in learning to drive?
Well, I think that nowadays the trend has changed. I think young people nowadays are more interested in driving motorcycles and bicycles because it has become more convenient to use them and they are more affordable than cars. But I think people in their 20s, they are taking an interest in driving because it's a very comfortable means of transportation to commute from their home to their work.
So what are the differences between driving in the countryside and driving in the city?
Well, I think that driving in the countryside, there are fewer vehicles. So I don't think that you have to be extra cautious and hyper fixated when driving. You can enjoy the scenery and just enjoy the driving experience. On the other hand, in the city, the traffic is so bad and you have to watch out for the pedestrians and, as I've mentioned, motorcycles and bikes. So you have to be really cautious. And the speed limit is, I think the highest would be about 40 miles per hour.
Yeah. So do you consider most drivers where you live to be good drivers?
Well, I think that it depends on the area of the city that you're in. If you're in downtown, most drivers tend to be careless because it's the place where most offices are situated at, and people are always in a rush to get their things done. So maybe drivers in that area tend to be more careless. But if you're in a secluded area, like not so much urban areas, you can relax more freely while you're driving.
So this is about electric cars. So how popular are electric cars in your country?
Well, I think I have to say that on my personal observations, on my commute to work and home, I have to say that there are only a few numbers of electric cars right now. But I think that due to the marketing strategies of the corporations of electric cars, people are more interested in electric cars nowadays. So I think that the trend is in an increasing pattern.
So in what ways could more people be persuaded to buy electric cars?
Well, I think that it all depends on the advertising strategy. If you focus more on the benefits of driving electric cars, such as sustainability and reducing air pollution and all the good benefits that do for the environment, people will be more interested in buying electric cars and using them. It'll also be more helpful if they can realize how convenient electric cars can be.
Yeah. So do you think all cars will be electric one day?
In time, maybe yes, because fossil fuels that we now use to run cars are becoming scarce day by day. I think that most of the fuels, they are on the brink of being depleted. So if more people can convert their fuel-based cars to electric cars, then I think it will be a huge help to the environment and to the health of our earth. So I think that people should try to replace as much as possible, and in time, I think yes, most of the cars that we'll be using will be electric cars.
Okay, so that will be the end of our speaking mock test. Thank you, Thet Zaw, for doing the speaking mock test. And you really did use all the vocabulary and some idioms and that are very good models of speaking 8.5. So I hope everyone watching the video will learn a lot from this. So thank you so much. I hope you got your desired band score in the very near future. That's it for now from us. Have a great day. Bye-bye.